For years, gamers across the planet have been searching for new ways to experience their favourite pastime. But one major drawback since the dawn of gaming is that the flow of games is entirely out of your control. Despite how invested you were always limited to what the major video game companies delivered to you, and often you would be waiting months for the next iteration of Circus Atari. Because of this, hundreds upon thousands of people have been inspired to get into game development themselves. Today, there are many avenues to pursue the game dev dream, from ready-made game engines to building one completely from scratch. But one of the most popular ways to create new gaming experiences is modding. After all, why bother making your own game when you can just steal someone else's, right? I'm being facetious, of course. Modding is a great way to extend the playability of games you love, as well as also serving as a tribute to the creators. Some games that began as mods are now fully fledged games in their own right, and let's not forget the games that should be well past their time, but are still alive due to their dedicated modding communities. But today, we're not looking at any of these fancy newfangled games. Today, we're going way back to good old Sonic the Hedgehog, and I know what you're saying. This ain't some PC platformer, this isn't Commander Keen. This is Sonic. It's on a Genesis. How do you mod a Genesis or a Mega Drive? Well, introducing the Game Genie. Designed by Codemasters, most people knew it as a cheating device. Technically though, it was one of the first forms of mainstream modding, or you could say, hacking. Essentially, it worked by modifying hex values to alter certain parts of a game. Unfortunately, a major drawback was that it was very slow to program, and because of this, huge game-changing hacks weren't that viable. But it did introduce a lot of people into the wonderful world of ROM hacks. ROM hacking worked in a similar way to the Game Genie, and these days, with the introduction of emulators and modern-day PCs, ROM hacking has never been easier, and thus there are enough hacks out there to keep us entertained for years. So let's take a break from the history lesson, and let's play us some Sonic. As far as hacks go, there's a wide range of genres to choose from. We've got gameplay mechanics hacks, level design hacks, and even total conversion hacks. But first of all, we're going to be looking at one of the simplest forms of hack, the character hack. Most of these are essentially just switching up the game's sprites to make Sonic look like a different character, and at times they can get pretty cringy. What is this? Foxy the Pirate? Who made this? Well, what is this? Let's stick with something a bit closer to Sonic's canon, shall we? Here we have Eggman the Dictator in Sonic the Hedgehog. Look at that smug little grin. He's like, finally, a game where I'm the main character. And the main character he is indeed, because Sonic is nowhere to be seen. In fact, there are no enemies at all. Well, there are badniks, but they don't do anything. Not even the flying robot Pernus affects me in any way. I don't know though, maybe this is a good thing considering you can't collect rings. In fact, the only things you can interact with are the checkpoints, which are a bit redundant seeing as you literally cannot die. What's happened? Am I dead? Correct me if I'm wrong, but there seems to be a distinct lack of death animation going on. Maybe Robotnik's finally met his match. Either that or is having some kind of existential crisis.
I thought I was immune to all damage. What is this divine creation that has finally brought harm to my egg-shaped bodice?
If you're trying to play this hack properly, you best use plenty of save states, because these spikes are going to be the bane of your existence. They'll appear out of seemingly nowhere, and the only way to escape is a reset. But nevertheless, let's keep playing. Okay, that's a bit weird. Let's just ignore it. What? Is this supposed to happen? Is this a feature? If you bounce on a spring as Dr. Eggman specifically, you cause what I can only assume is a minor earthquake. Perhaps his immense weight causes the tectonic plates to shift or something, I don't know. Okay, this is getting stupid now. It doesn't seem to affect gameplay though, so I'll be on my way? I don't know, should I be worried? Is the ROM collapsing from the inside? It's probably nothing. Let me just majestically traverse this spiked rotating log. Beautiful, don't you think? Except, of course, you don't take damage, so why did I even bother? You know, with this whole not taking damage thing, there's not really a whole lot of gameplay. I'm no game design expert, but I feel like if you take out a core mechanic such as that, there's not much of a game left. There's not really much point to this hack, except to make YouTube videos on it. Lol, Robotnik is in Sonic and he's running XD. I make out like I'm mocking the idea, but that's pretty much what I'm doing at this point. I've become stuck on a hill, I can't move, I've discovered that Robotnik is an extremely proficient dabber, but now's not the time for fun and games because it's time for the boss battle. Except there isn't a boss battle. I was hoping maybe I'd get to fight Sonic, but alas, no. The level just ends and I appear to undergo a transformation. Robotnik has ascended to a new level of literacy. Also, Sonic has passed Act 3, fuck off! That motherfucker stealing all the cred for Robotnik's work! There's not really much more to this hack, except for that Robotnik can survive in lava, confirming his status as an immortal god. One thing I had to do before I moved on though, was check out the final boss fight. Or lack thereof, because the entire device has just been removed, making this hack impossible to win. You can jump in the pit and the game crashes, so I think it's time for our next hack. I tried a special stage and it's just Sonic, so next! Continuing on the theme of character hacks, next up we have Motobug in Sonic the Hedgehog. If you don't know what a Motobug is, it's this thing. I don't know why he's up there though. Why couldn't he be like a normal hack and get in the ring like everybody else? Enough messing around, let's just play it. Now I can already tell this is going to be an extremely exciting hack. If you haven't worked it out yet, you play as one of the Good Doctor's badniks, and you're pretty slow. So slow, in fact, I'm having trouble just getting up this hill. After a couple of tries, I manage it, and I don't remember that from the original. How long has Motobug been hiding this extendable third limb? Whatever, it's a ROM hack, it doesn't have to make sense. I see. Of course, it all makes sense now. Why would you walk down a hill normally when you can just stand on your head? After a while of playing this hack, Motobug's speed, or lack thereof, really does become apparent. I mean, it really makes you appreciate just how fast Sonic is. Simple things like running up hills become gargantuan tasks. Take up the momentum from a momentum-based platformer and you're just left with... just get up the hill, it's not hard! Honestly, it's been 1 minute 40 seconds and I'm not even a quarter of the way through the level. There are people who could have completed the stage 5 times over at this point. However, after backtracking a bit, I discovered I'd missed something. I've been liberated! I can fly! Motobug has ascended to a new plane of existence. Getting that power up after the grind that is regular speed Motobug is one of the most satisfying things ever, and without it, this level would probably be close to, if not impossible. I can't imagine how you could get around this loop without it. Enough chat though, because it's time for Act 2. I wonder if this level is going to be as difficult as the first. Oh, okay. I have to say, it was very nice of the creator to put that TV there, but I feel like it somehow retracts from the experience. The power-ups feel good because of the feeling of relief that you're no longer slow, and if you're just given them, the levels become too... easy. Okay, so I still have to watch where I'm going. I forgot about the bottomless death pits in this game. Okay? Some things I just have no explanation for. All the checkpoints in this game have been perfectly normal, but this one just had to be unique. With all the speed shoes available, and after I'd been reminded about the bottomless pits, this act wasn't hard, and I was soon at the end. Excuse me, Motobug, could you never do that again, please? Why do you gotta embrace the memes? This is why the other badniks never talk to you. Act 3 isn't that hard either, and after a brief run-in with myself, I managed to get a speed up and I was soon at the boss battle, which is against my creator. Could this whole thing be a documentary on sentience in artificial life forms? No longer a slave, could Motobug have turned against his creator for causing him so much torment? Or maybe Motobug has other motives for his actions? This is for making me so fucking slow, you piece of shit! Who's the badnik now, motherfucker? Whatever his reasons may be, the fight is short and we move on to Marble Zone, where it becomes immediately apparent the creator has been a bit less generous with the monitors. This wouldn't really be a problem. However, unlike Green Hill Zone, the obstacles in this level can actually harm you, ramping the difficulty up significantly. I managed to battle my way through it until I came to a lake of lava, at which point I became a bit stuck. I think I could see it in Motobug's face. He knew this was the end, but nothing ever stopped Motobug from trying. Honestly, this is just sad. He's trying so hard, but he's just not fast enough. Yeah, we all knew this was coming. Good thing we've got the level select cheat, eh? On the subject of death, what's this picture next to our lives? Because it looks suspiciously like a pentagram. Now I don't know how that would relate to our friend Motobug unless there's something he's not telling us. Hey Motobug mate, are you involved in some things you shouldn't be? Or maybe he made a deal. Maybe he sold his soul for the speed required to defeat his creator. Whatever it is, it's not helping us traverse this lake. Oh for fuck's sake, let's just skip to Act 2. Act 2 is equally devoid of monitors, but luckily, there also doesn't seem to be any unpassable objects. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. Run Motobug, run as fast as your wheel can carry you. No Motobug! Why? Evidently, I spoke too soon. Without the necessary speed, this section is impossible. Is this supposed to be some kind of metaphor? Does Motobug represent my hopes and dreams, trying to escape the ever-looming shadow of responsibilities and expectations set upon us by imaginary social constructs created by an evil and manipulating government body? Maybe. Or maybe it's just a dumb ROM hack. I think my favourite part of these ROM hacks are the built-in demos. They pretty much work by executing a series of preset button inputs to play the game, and when the character playing is Sonic, they work pretty well. When the character playing is Motobug, however, they don't work so well. The inputs are the same, but don't take the altered speed into account. It just kind of jumps around aimlessly. It's like a confused 3-year-old trying to play. Then it just kind of stops moving, like, I've had enough of this show, what else is on? In the Spring Yard Zone demo, it just jumps around at the beginning and dies. An incredible display of skill, if I do say so myself. Like with our last hack, before we move on, I just gotta see what the final stage is like. You know, I never appreciated just how long this passageway is. Ah, finally! Well, at least there's something here this time. You know, I always hated this level, just because of that stupid smiley face in the background. Was it intentional? I can just imagine the developers like, we'll put a stupid face in the background, that'll fuck with them. Stupid motherfucker judging my performance. Funnily enough though, this level actually isn't too hard. I managed to do it on my first go. Not that that's a surprise or anything. And now, to very, very slowly chase Robotnik. No, Robotnik, come back! Bummer. The look on Motobug's face right now says 1,000 words. A lot of them are swear words, but it doesn't matter. We've won! And now for our victory celebration. Look at him go! For years to come, people will be telling the story of how the one and only Motobug rose up and turned against his creator, freeing the animals and saving the world. He's meeting up with them now. Is he there yet? Okay, the music stopped. We must be getting close. No? I kid you not, this cutscene's like a minute long and it's just Motobug moving in complete silence. It's the most awkward thing I've ever seen in my life. Nevertheless, he does eventually make it. And here's the big twist. It was Sonic in disguise all along. Time for the credits. And featured with those credits are some more of those demos I mentioned earlier. They mostly consist of Motobug displaying his general mental deficiencies. For example, here's Motobug with his face buried in a wall. Okay, that was just depressing. I can't watch any more of this. Next hack, next hack. I think we've had enough of character hacks for now, so let's try out a different type of hack. The creepypasta. This one's called an ordinary Sonic ROM hack. Well, it looks pretty ordinary so far. Oh, okay. I am sufficiently spooked right now. Well, the actual game itself looks fairly ordinary at least. There's gonna be something that's just gonna fuck us up though, isn't there? Fair enough, I've been transported to hell. No biggie. Used to happen to me all the time. I'm used to it. Enemies appear to be slightly invincible though, which could be a problem. Better collect some rings to help me survive. What? Where did all my rings go? You mean the rings in this world make you lose rings? That's bullshit. What the hell is that? I was not prepared for this. I guess I run? How do you escape? I don't have enough speed to get through the loop. No, get away from me. Don't touch me. Oh god, I've just been molested. That was slightly traumatic, but let's try again. I'm sure it won't be that hard after a couple of tries. Welp, here we go. I'm ready for you this time, Demon Sonic. Here he is. Gotta run. Oh shit. I was not ready for this. I was not ready for this. I was not ready. We're free! We escaped! Eat on that, Demon Sonic. I'm sure I'm never gonna regret saying that. I regret everything! Well, shit. I got you? What kind of demon would say that? You're bringing me to the afterlife, not playing a game of tag? Honestly, some of these messages are just weird. Hello. I just can't take that seriously. You should not have come here. This one would be creepy, but I hear it so often from people in real life, it's just lost its effect now. Say if someone's having a house party and I decide, oh, I'll try and be social for once, and I go and they say, you should not have come here. Anyway, it turns out this hack is a bit too hard for me. I've died more to my surroundings than I have to Demon Sonic himself. Honestly, these damn badniks will be the death of me. And they were, eventually. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember that many E's being in the phrase game over. Probably shouldn't think about it too much though. I'm probably just imagining things. It's time to resort to our good friend the level select cheat to continue where we left off. Okay, I think something might be wrong with the game. Is this supposed to say something? Because as far as I can tell, it's just gibberish. Guk un on kup un syringe yeah on syringe zone? It's just the names of the zones with random letters blocked out. I don't get it. No time to decipher riddles though, because we've got a crazy hedgehog to escape from. We should just about be able to do it. There we go. Save state. By the way, if you haven't worked it out already, this hack is inspired by the fan game sonic.exe, from which it recycles a fair amount of assets. A problem with all these creepypasta fan games is that they give off an essence of trying to be spooky for the sake of being spooky. Like, look at how scary we are, oh, Sonic's got blood in his eyes. This hack still has that to an extent, but it's definitely not as bad as some others out there. I quite like it. It's not too pretentious, and the gameplay, although it's not something I'd be playing every day, is pretty neat. But that's enough of that, on to the boss. I'd say Robotnik's not looking too good. I think the stress of dealing with not one, but two hedgehogs might be getting to him just a tiny bit. In all seriousness though, this fight is freaking hard. Robotnik takes about 3 times as many hits to kill as he usually does, and your crazy ex-girlfriend attacking you every 10 seconds doesn't help either. You can't regain your rings in the dark world, and the amount of times you'll accidentally run into that ball whilst trying to grab a monitor will... it's painful. But it's far from impossible, and after a few goes I had it down. The worst thing about this though, is that the mod creator describes Green Hill Zone as the easy stage, and everything afterwards is supposed to be a lot harder, and I'm willing to take his word on this one. In my short experience with Marble Zone, there was an ample amount of buttfuckery included. Another problem with these creepypasta hacks is that they're quite popular among YouTubers. In fact, all the hacks I've covered so far are pretty well known about. I need a hack that's a bit more obscure, a hack that nobody has played. Well, nobody is going to be a tough requirement to fulfill. All the good hacks have already been covered by channels such as Mega G-Wolf, Amy Rose, and Razor and Xenon. I mean, these dudes pretty much own a monopoly on all the Sonic hacks in existence. If there's even a remotely decent Sonic hack out there, they'll have played it. Anyway, what about this? Broken Knuckles. For years, I have been searching for the perfect ROM hack. Through wind and rain I have searched, but now, I have found it. What is going on? As soon as the level starts, I die. I feel like I should have read the description before I played this. Turns out, if you press left or right, you die instantly. I feel like that might be where I'm going wrong. In all seriousness, it's actually a pretty cool idea for a hack. You have to properly utilize Knuckles' spin dash, glide and climb abilities to effectively traverse your surroundings. All you have to do is not press left or right. Shouldn't be too hard left. I mean right. You see, now we're in a bit of a difficult position. The only way to turn around is to jump off a wall and... yeah, there's a distinct lack of those at this point in the game. This is gonna be harder than I thought, especially considering apparently I don't possess the brain power to remember this fucking trampoline is here. Luckily, the game is pretty generous with the extra lives, and to be honest, you'll need them. Now, let's take this slowly. There, you see? That wasn't so hard, was it? Now we've got a wall behind us, the rest of the level should be pretty easy. Evidently, I spoke a bit too soon because apparently you can't glide when using a trampoline. Honestly, this hack would be so much easier if it weren't for the countless trampoline death traps. I was able to escape this one using the rope swing above, but I should watch out. Next time I might not be so fortunate, and alas I was not, because I soon found myself in another unescapable position, this time located directly beneath the mini-boss. I died. It's okay, we know how to get there now. Won't take too long, motherfucker! Once I made it back though, I kept dying over and over because I'm a moron apparently. Eventually though, I remembered that you don't actually have to fight this boss. And once I'd remembered that, it was fairly easy considering I just stood still and didn't unnecessarily hurt myself. The next inescapable position I found myself in was down here in this watery cavern. You know, I never appreciated just how necessary the left and right buttons were for this game. It's literally impossible to get out of here without them. Even if you manage to get on the spring, you just hit your head on the ceiling. Mini boss time. And of course, I immediately make the same mistake I made every other time I fought this boss. And then I do it again, and then I do it again, and then I took an IQ test to see if I'm actually mentally deficient. Eventually though, I managed to do it, even though I did the exact same thing. I think the lightning shield was the key to success here, but without further ado, bring on Act 2. Oh god, it's horrible! Please, somebody save me from this eternal prison! Apart from that small mishap though, this act wasn't that bad, or that's what I thought until I got to the boss, at which point I began to lose all hope. But they say, if you stick at something for long enough, you'll eventually succeed. The capsule was a pain to open though. I decided to stick around for a bit to see what Hydro City was like, but after a couple of minutes, I decided I'd had enough. All in all, Broken Knuckles is a good hack, but I'm too dumb to play it. But what really matters is if the hack is popular, because if it is, then we haven't completed our quest in finding a Sonic hack nobody knows about. How do we gauge the popularity of a hack? By checking if Razor and Xenon have played it, and of course they have. In fact, Razor made the bloody thing, so of course he's played it. We need to go deeper. We need to find a more obscure hack, or risk being labelled as a ripoff and a wannabe. Well, maybe this is what we're looking for. Pepsi in Sonic 1. Part of a popular category known as joke hacks, this is supposed to be a parody of all the terrible ROM hacks out there. It incorporates elements such as horrible level designs, generic palettes, and the usual character switch to create the worst Sonic experience imaginable. What was that? Pepsi Man? Well, I guess that's appropriate. I'd like to reinforce the fact that that was a demo. That wasn't me playing. No, really. Okay, let's give this another go. Apparently, this is not Green Hill Zone. I don't know about that. I'm seeing quite a bit of green and quite a few hills. You're not really convincing me here. You know, it's a good thing they told me this isn't in fact Green Hill Zone, because if they hadn't, I could have easily confused the two. Now that's out the way. What the fuck is this? Where do I even start? The creepy cat thing, the cola coins, the flying Jimmy Neutron torpedoes, the fact that the jump button just doesn't work? No, seriously, I just do this weird shuffle whenever I press it. Well, at least somebody taught this Pepsi can some manners. On the subject of Pepsi cans, you play as a Pepsi can. You can also play as Pepsi Man because the mod creator is a genius, apparently. Well, excuse me! I didn't realise we were still using gay as an insult in 2017. Pepsi made loads of money. I feel like this guy might have a slight grudge against the Pepsi company, or maybe he's still traumatised from a Pepsi-related event in his past. What Pepsi-fueled nightmare did he have that's tormented him all these years? Time for the special stage. Or should I say, Pinga's stage? Hey, it's a funny meme. Lol. This stage is just horrific. You've got Dr. Robotnik shouting at you through the whole thing, and all the while it spins faster and faster. And the best thing about this is, there's no Chaos Emerald. It's just not there. Instead, there's a load of extra lives. There's no way to win. The only way out is death. Oh wait, sorry, I got sidetracked by my life there. What were we talking about? Oh yes, this terrible ROM hack. And that's a compliment, by the way, because it's supposed to be... do you mind? As I was saying, it's supposed to be terrible, so really, they did a swell job. Yes. You see, right there I got hit by absolutely nothing! Jesus Christ, calm down, it's only a speed upgrade, no need to overreact. Anyway, like any Sonic game, it's got a boss. Oh no, not him! Anyone but him! Actually, that felt good. Honestly, after the trauma that was playing Sonic Adventure as a kid, letting out all that pent-up rage on Big the Cat feels amazing. This is for all those fishing minigames, you fat fuck! When you inevitably beat Big, of course, you get to save the animals. Or in this case, miniature Sonics and... Internet Explorers? Are you saying I'm slow? After realising who my nemesis was, this hack became much more than just a tool for YouTube laughs. I needed revenge, but that didn't stop me from enjoying the scenery along the way. Yeah, that seems about right. Finally, it's time. Honestly, I have to say, I really like the design for these bosses. A problem with a lot of Sonic bosses is you can just bullshit them and get all 8 hits before they've even attacked. Some bosses got around this, but they did it by adding really long boring cycles that you had to sit through before you could attack. These bosses handle the problem pretty well. You can still kill them in your own time, but they're pretty difficult to hit. Therefore, you can either go for a risky quick kill, or be patient and wait until it's safer. To the creators, I'm impressed, but also a bit disappointed. This is supposed to be showcasing terrible design, why are the bosses actually fun? Despite my disagreements with Big the Cat, I couldn't be fucked to deal with Springyard Zone, or in this case, Bimp's Place Zone. What other joke hacks do we have? 137E0, Action 1 Stake. My favourite. I don't even know what to say about these hacks anymore. It's a Minecraft stake and it's in Sonic! Oh Gravy Zone, or is that supposed to be Oh Gravy Zone? Like you thought you downloaded a good Sonic hack, but no, Gravy Zone. As you'd probably expect, there's quite a lot of stake featured in this, as well as meat monitors? I think the real highlight of this hack though is the pose Sonic does when he's about to fall off something. He looks like he's about to break into opera. Here's the beef. Notice a distinct lack of an apostrophe in here's. Don't mind me, just your local Sonic hack grammar Nazi passing through. You are bad end. Play game again. You are waste time. Sorry, you are waste time. What does that mean? You are wasting time? You are a waste of time? Either way, it's not very fair to criticise my performance when the bad ending is the only ending. On the Sonic Hacking Contest entry page, it says, there is a rumour that finding the giant stake in the level will let you go to other locales. However, it then goes on to say, not in current build, probably never will be added because this is the only planned release. Great. I'm glad I played this hack. Why does this exist? It's like one of those crappy 12-year-old Minecraft YouTubers who makes a new intro and then uploads it to YouTube like, look at my new intro guys, and no one gives a shit because it's just an intro. Or in this case, a colour palette swap with fucking stakes instead of rings. I get that I'm almost definitely missing some elaborate inside joke here, but all the same, whether it's serious or not, this hack still serves as a good example of what you shouldn't be doing when releasing anything. I think I might be getting a bit too into this. Besides, our goal here is to find a unique but noteworthy hack. These last two hacks are fairly obscure, but I still think we can go deeper, and after taking a look through the Sonic Hacking Contest website, I think I may have found just what I'm looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Blue Potato the McDonald's by Blue Potato. Let me just read you the description. Blue Potato is a normal potato in the McDonald's fast food when he got strange Sonic's powers, and now he needs save all the potatoes before the Dr. Ronald McDonald transform all in foods or robots. That was quite a sentence, but wait, there's more. Here we have the characters' descriptions. Blue Potato. He jumps higher than original Sonic and his acceleration is just crazy in the water. Make the things more harder than normal. King. It's just Tails. Expect by the fact is the hard mode of the game. He has a lower jump, not kidding. The jump is just a attack. Don't go farther than 1 centimeter. I think is impossible to pass. But if somehow you pass this mode, I buy 5 Big Mac for you. Well, thanks Blue Potato. That's very generous of you. Welp, let's boot it up and see what it's like. McDonald Hill Zone, eh? Oh no, it's hideous! Turn it off, my eyes can't handle it! Also, what is this supposed to be? Is this what a blue potato looks like? I don't think that's what a blue potato looks like. Oh god, don't look at me like that! Continuing on his streak of generosity, the creator has provided me with not 1, not 2, but 3 monitors to help me on my journey. Yeah, I'll need them. Oh, okay, I jump high apparently because... why not? Should I be questioning the waterfalls of blood? Is this a normal thing, or... Apparently, they are supposed to be ketchup. Apparently. This hack is really weird. You'd think the super jump would make the game really easy, but mostly it's just annoying. I'm constantly jumping into walls, or getting hit when I wouldn't have if I just had a regular jump. Don't get me wrong, it can be really useful for traversing obstacles, but it really detracts from the gameplay when you can just jump over everything. Then again, it's better than playing as Tails, King, who just can't jump at all. I really didn't enjoy myself when playing this hack, but then again, I don't know if I was supposed to. Oh well. The next level is called Happy Plant Zone, so maybe that'll help with my frustration. I was kinda hoping for another wacky palette swap. After all, that's pretty much the only reason I'm playing this hack at this point. I don't remember this from the original. What's over here? I was almost disappointed. Almost. But Blue Potato the McDonald's has redeemed itself. I expected a terrible ROM hack, and that's what I got. You've done well, Blue Potato. You've done well. You know, whilst playing this level, I couldn't help but feel it was a bit fragmented. It's probably just my imagination though. Everything else looks fine, so it'll be just me. We'll be at the end of the level soon. Oh, going down. Is this it? Is the level gonna end? Or are we gonna just walk very, very slowly up this worryingly glitchy pipe? I'd have to say this is quite an ingenious plan of Robotnik's. Just make it so you can't leave the screen. It's brilliant. Act 2. It's a water one. And one point I didn't really take into account when reading Blue Potato's bio is that his acceleration in water is crazy. No, seriously, this is impossible to control. How are you supposed to do precise platforming when you constantly ram your face into the wall every time you press left or right? And now I'm about to drown. Come on, yes you can do it. No, goddamn, get up there, jump. What? Come on, I was above the water. Enough of this level. What do we have next? Aquatic Food Zone isn't that interesting, so let's go straight onto McCasino Zone. I've got a good feeling about this level. What's up with the fucking bored Super Mario? He's like, yeah, I'm a slot machine, what do you expect? And let's not forget about the MS Paint Roblox head. Who knows what prize that one pays out with? What is that? Can you not with the satanic Ronald McDonald with braces? You know, just when I think it's over, just when I think there's nothing more that could be done, this hack goes and proves me wrong. It truly is a hack that just keeps on delivering. I guess we have to see what prize Ronald McDonald gives us. It damages you. Well, of course it does. That's what Ronald McDonald is famous for. He certainly damaged me when I was a kid. What? That was just me? Oh, maybe that wasn't Ronald McDonald in that clown costume. Oh, hi Tails. Are you having fun over there? Next up we have Top of the Hill Zone. What is this, one of those We Are Number One memes? Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but it's unusually verbose, featuring such zones as Top of the Hill Zone and Plant of a Chemical Producing Nature Zone. Unfortunately, that's the only interesting thing about this level. This zone, along with the next two zones, is disappointingly normal, just when I was praising this hack for the constant surprises. What's wrong, Blue Potato? You losing your touch? Luckily, all is forgiven with Muck Base Zone, with its incredible colour palette. Oh, it's just beautiful, it's a work of art. Unfortunately, it's still the same old Metropolis Zone at heart, and by that, I mean it's a complete fucking bitch. Let's just fast forward to the boss. I've always found the boss in this level a bit dumb. Robotnik's just like, I've discovered Sonic's greatest weakness! Balloons! Yeah, it wasn't a great plan, was it, Robotnik? Sky Deliver Zone. Some top quality changes have been made here. Most notable are the floating girders. Creativity at its peak. Also, this cloud looks like it's seen better days. Sky McDonald Zone. This is one of the rare cases when the super jump actually makes the level easier. Nope, I lied. What the fuck? Oh yeah, I forgot this game was bullshit. Blue Potato's face makes up for it though. Just look at how cute he looks. I also forgot how short this level is with this skip. I'm already at the boss, which as you'd probably expect at this point is considerably easier than usual. Oh well, on to Death Egg Zone I guess. What? I missed the plane! Sorry, I can't get over this. I'm just imagining Tails being like, hop aboard, Sonic! And Sonic's just like, haha, sure thing, Tails! Whoops! Then Tails is just like, fucking moron. Apparently, this is also a thing with Super Sonic in the original game, with his increased jump height, and I feel like I probably knew that at some point. However, here it just makes the game impossible. On the Sonic Hacking Contest entry page, it says, bad ending. King betray you because reasons, and you can't go to Space McDonald. Apparently, if you get Super Sonic, you jump normally, but because I'm bad at the game, I don't have that. So I'm just gonna cheat my way to Space McDonald, which is just a shitty colour palette swap. Well, it's been a long journey, but Blue Potato the McDonald's has finally come to an end. I'd say I'd have to give it 100 stars. Out of 1,000,000! That was the most terrible experience I've ever had. But if there's one thing we've learnt from all this, it's that maybe, just maybe, there's a reason for some hacks being obscure. It's because they're shit! I don't care about finding a hack anymore, I just want the torment to be over. I'm gonna go kill myself now. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
This meme will never die because we are in the beam.